Hey YouTube, I'm the new guy, and this is my Taurus 24/7 G2 M45 caliber ACP. Does come with two magazines. Capacity is 12 plus 1. So we have one loaded magazine here. We'll put that off to the side. This is the empty magazine. They are steel frame magazines. So safety inspection, nothing in the chamber. Do keep them loaded with 45 caliber Zombie Max from Hornady. They are flex tip hollow points for home defense. Put that off to the side. A lot of safety features on this weapon. They are all ambidextrous controls, and that is why one of the reasons why I bought this weapon is because the ambidextrous controls. Is I am a left-handed shooter, and there's not a whole lot of weapons out there that are suited for left-handed people. So we have a frame-mounted safety, slide lock, and magazine release on both sides. It does break down just like a Glock. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. You have to remove the magazine, pull this back slightly, drop the pins, pull the trigger, and it'll just slide right off. Does have a dual spring captive guide rod. Has a striker. It is striker fired, and here's the firing pin block there. So it's got quite a number of safety features. It does have this little trigger safety there, so the trigger cannot be pulled without this little paddle being dropped. Put the magazine back in. It does have dual strike capabilities, so you can keep pulling the trigger if you come across a primer that hasn't fired on its first shot. It does have a long, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this trigger here. It does have a long double action only single, or for the first pull is long double action only. See his long purposeful take up on that trigger, and then after it cycles, it switches to pull this magazine out to make this easier. It does revert to single action. You see is not gone back out to here, which was its original double action only. This has got a short, crisp pull for that second shot, and you can see there's very little take up for it to reset. So, and then it'll go back out to double action if it doesn't cycle. So, and then if it does cycle, it does have a decocker here, so it can go back to single action mode, or excuse me, double action mode. So put the magazine back in. It's got a nice checkering on the grip. After firing it for a while at the range, it does get a little aggressive. It does start to hurt the hand a little bit, but a very nice feeling weapon. Shoots very accurate. I did have a problem during its first 100 rounds. Go ahead and break this back down. The housing assembly here cracked, and it was causing it to misfeed. Called Taurus about that. It was within the first 100 rounds, and it does have a lifetime warranty that is transferable with the weapon. So it doesn't matter who owns the weapon. If it breaks, they will warranty it. So I called them up one day and told them that I had a problem with the weapon, that the housing mechanism had broken. So they emailed me a postage label for FedEx. So I sent them the weapon. They fixed it, sent it back to me. So they paid for the shipping. The repair was completely covered by them. They are 100% warranted for life, for the life of the weapon, not the owner. So if you sell the weapon, the warranty is transferable with it. So you gotta love that, a company that stands behind their products. It is made in Brazil and then imported out of Miami Beach, Florida. So love the gun. It has a lot of firepower, good capacity. It's not the greatest for concealed carry due to its size and weight. It is 28 ounces empty. It has a barrel length of 4.2 inches, overall length of a little under 7.5. I think it's like 7.3 or something like that. It's 1 inch thick at its widest point. So it is pretty thick, but it's got a nice big bore there. You gotta love the size of a 45 ACP. Nobody wants to be looking down the business end of that. It's got an MSRP of like $540 at this time. I picked it up for, I believe it was $420 at brand new at a gun show a couple months ago. So love the gun, and that's all we have to say for it. You guys have a nice day. Thanks.